This is the SMSL DO100 Pro High-Res DAC from our friends at Aoshida Audio. Our goal today is to establish value by evaluating the features, aesthetics, and performance of this little machine, and with that I can determine whether this gets the stamp of approval. Let's get to work. Hello, welcome back to Audio Architects. I'm Mike, and today we're taking a closer look at the SMSL DO100 Pro. This is going to be a quick and easy review because DACs like these at this price point are relatively common within this specific market. The cool thing about these devices is that the majority work as advertised. They deliver the results that the manufacturer says they'll deliver. SMSL has a way for styling their products to have these sleek contours and distinctly modern aesthetic. It has a tempered glass floating display that gives it a clean premium look, complemented by a well-proportioned volume knob that offers satisfying tactile control. On the back, you've got all the essentials: coax and optical inputs for traditional digital sources, USB for hooking up to your computer or streamer, and even HDMI ARC if you're plugging into your TV. And of course, there's Bluetooth, because let's be honest, everything has Bluetooth now. For outputs, SMSL included both balanced XLR and unbalanced RCA, giving you flexibility whether you're connecting to a pair of powered monitor speakers or a stereo amplifier. So far, this checks all the right boxes for a DAC in this price tier, offering both form and function in equal measure. It did come with a remote. This allows you to control the volume and inputs from further away. Lucky for me, it's on my desktop, so I won't be utilizing the remote, but I am glad to know it's there just in case. Normally, I don't hear a dramatic difference between digital filters on DACs in this range, but with the options SMSL provided here, I actually did. One combination in particular really stood out to me: FL7 paired with DP1. That setup just hit the sweet spot for my ears. Of course, sound is subjective. What works for me might not be your favorite, but that's the cool part. You get several filter combinations to play with, and it was genuinely fun cycling through them and picking up on the subtle and sometimes even not so subtle changes in the sound. For you spec nerds out there, SMSL went with the dual ES 9039Q2M DAC chips. It can handle DSD512 and up to 32-bit 768 kHz PCM, which is probably way beyond what most people will ever want or need, but it's nice knowing the headroom is there if you want to explore how the other side lives. Power-wise, it's running on a built-in low-noise switching power supply with multiple analog power stages to keep everything clean and quiet. This is great for keeping distortion and background noise really low. And if you're going wireless, the Bluetooth implementation is very nice. They've included the latest Qualcomm chip with support for LDAC, aptX HD, AAC, and SBC, so you're not stuck with basic Bluetooth compression, which sucks. If you know me and how I feel about Bluetooth, I'm pleased to report that Bluetooth is evolving and doesn't sound as bad as it did 5 years ago when I started this channel. So here's to hoping it keeps evolving and improving. Exciting times, friends. I connected the DAC using my AudioQuest Carbon optical cable, an absolutely ridiculous purchase I made several years ago, thinking it was going to be this incredible eye-opening, ear-opening spiritual experience. Either way, I own it, so I'm using it. From my PC to the DAC, then RCA cables from the DAC to the Edifier QR65s, which are still in rotation and haven't been able to be dethroned. Overall, it sounded better than the onboard DAC that comes with the Edifiers, which is what we were looking for, right? The way I have the filters set up, it gives it that nice V-curve feel to it, which I do enjoy quite a bit. With digital filters, you are able to really dial in a sound signature that you are comfortable with, and this in turn makes the whole experience better for you. What stood out to me was the effortless cohesion across the frequency range, a presentation that leans warm yet remains articulate. The low end is taut and textured, offering a physical presence without becoming overbearing. Mid-range tones are delivered with a smooth, natural character that lends vocals and instruments a sense of realism and ease. Treble is well extended but carefully restrained, precise without crossing into harshness or fatigue. Basically what I'm trying to say here, it's a DAC that invites long listening sessions, balancing technical finesse with musicality. Would I use this in a hi-fi setup? I'd probably consider options like the Musician Pegasus or something like that. This to me is a perfect candidate for a desktop setup. Its small form factor and performance matched what I would expect on a desktop from this price range, which is around $200 at the time of filming. So does it have value? Yes, I believe that it's priced accordingly for what it provides, and it's one of those products that you buy and use it and are satisfied with the purchase. Now, if you're building a budget system, hi-fi system, I would more than consider this as a contender for a cheaper approach, since it is a very capable DAC. Thank you for joining me today, friends. As always, if you want to check out any of the goodies I talked about, make it down in the description where I've included all the relevant links. I'm also going to toss my Patreon link down there in case you wanted to support my efforts. Thank you to my current patrons for being the essential legends. If you enjoyed the video, I humbly ask that you subscribe to the channel and negotiate with the like button.
Michael, you haven't even heard.
Never accept their first offer. What is your second offer?
$12,000.
Are you kidding me? That is insultingly low. I don't even want to hear what your first offer was.
And don't forget to ring the bell to get notified every time I drop a fresh one. See you soon and take care, friends.